Actually, I'm from Germany, and I was born close to Munich in Bavaria. Always was, from young age on, I was interested into martial arts. Like, so I started out with, when I was 5, with karate and taekwondo and stuff like that. Then I got into Thai boxing, just by watching Bruce Lee movies and stuff. And then we didn't really have the opportunity or possibilities of, we didn't have any gym there. It's a small city where I lived. And so I was thinking, like, if you really want to learn it, you know, Muay Thai, Thai boxing, you really got to go to this country where it comes from. So I decided at a young age to take a trip with friends to Thailand, checking out the Thai boxing, and went to the Khai Muay, which is the gym, the facilities who provide training and everything. I was really amazed. It's a tough sport, you know, and it's nice though. It's also kind of art because it looks a little bit like dancing sometimes, you know. I fought the first time after 1 year, a 1 year training. I fought the first time in Thailand, and then I decided to open my own little school in Germany, and this is what I did. I opened my own Muay Thai gym. I was fighting professional for 7 years, and then it's just like after a while, you know, you don't feel comfortable anymore, and then something happened, like I had a little motorbike accident, and I was recovering. I needed 1 year to recover, and it was quite long. So I couldn't really get back into the, you know, the fighting. So I thought, do something else. I did some basic stunt training back in Germany and also in Japan. And so I decided maybe try to get in touch in Thailand with this kind of people, and so I decided to check out what's going on here. Then we had the casting for the medallion, Jackie Chan. They called me up. I was at that time in Japan. They sent me an email and said, yeah, there's a casting going on, and so I flew back from Japan to do the casting. After that, didn't hear for a while, for maybe half a year or something. And then they contacted me back, yeah, you got the job, you got the gig, so you're in. And yeah, I was freaking out because this is like the opportunity. Work with Jackie Chan on a real movie, big movie and stuff. And yeah, I did it, and this was actually the start to be in the movies. And after that, it just picked up. It was like the second gig was Ong Bak. We did not know what's coming up there because the production, actually in Thailand, they never tell you before what's going on, okay? They say, yeah, you got a Thai movie next week and you got a 1 day shooting, 2 day shooting, and that's it, okay? Then you go to the shooting and then they explain you step by step what to do, okay? You even never know anything before the shoot. And that was the same thing with Ong Bak, okay? So we knew we have to do some fighting, but nobody knew what kind of movie and what's going on with it. I was actually just shooting 1 day. And the whole fight scene, which was actually maybe a 5-minute fight scene, yeah, like did every take, like really push it, you know, for 1 day shooting. This is like a lot to do. Got hurt because my opponent in the first fight, he never did martial arts before. So we were training like 1 day, so I had to show him how to do the moves and stuff and everything, and it was kind of hard though. You know, if you have an opponent who never did martial arts before, it's kind of difficult to, like, about the reach, the hand reach, whatever. If you punch, you know, you don't punch too strong, you don't punch too light, you know, you have to feel it, you know. It was a good experience actually also to work with guys who don't know exactly what they're doing, because you can also teach them, you know, you can tell them what to do and stuff. And I think also choreographing fights and stuff is very interesting, and I also like to do this. I have done this for TV series in Thailand and also for movies like Beautiful Boxer. They said we have to film this fight scene which is in a pub. It looks like a pub, and it's like underground fight, you know, with money bets and stuff. And those places exist, but they're more like garage style, like in the backyard or somewhere. Like they do this kind of underground fights, yeah, with money bets and stuff. It was quite big in the 80s, in the beginning of the 90s, but not that much anymore, because I think the government changed, and you know, the rules and you know, the law. They told us it's gonna be a full contact, full on action movie, and we're gonna get kick reel or hit reel. And they asked us if we are ready for this, if we can take it, and that's where they were actually looking for real fighters, real boxers. So we said, yeah, sure, as long as we survive, it's fine. And no, it was actually not too bad, I can say, for my part. I mean, it was all right. And for the other guys, I mean, everybody got hurt. After the shooting, everybody was hurt. I mean, my back hurt from slamming down and stuff, but it was fine, you know, and it was fun. So we knew what we were doing, okay? We didn't do anything which we're not prepared to. And they gave me the character of this guy, this American soldier or Marine guy, named Pearl Harbor. So the name is kind of funny too. I kind of liked that part. I had to trim my hair real short and had to look like badass, kind of. We had the special kind of floor, which was padded. So it wasn't that tough, you know, it was not like a concrete or a wooden floor. So it wasn't that hard. If you fall, you don't really hurt yourself. I mean, you're a stuntman, you know what you're doing, you know how to fall, you know how to do things. So it won't really hurt you. I checked the floor before the shooting and everything, and I checked if the action was ready also for my opponent, for Paul, if he was ready to do the things he was told to, and we were like training the day before. So it was everything fine and everything went well. Well, to work with Tony Jaa, first of all, before we didn't know who he is, we never heard of him, okay? So when I went for the training day, yeah, so I saw him the first time warming up, yeah, I thought, okay, this guy looks kind of small and doesn't look any special, because my friend David, he told me, look at this guy, he's the main actor for this movie, okay? And I was like, are you sure? Okay, good. Let's see. Then we were preparing and warming up and stuff. So he was warming up, and I figured already he is kind of flexible, really flexible. Yeah. So I was like, wow, okay, maybe he's okay. Maybe he's good. So then later, David told him to do some stuff to show us some things. Yeah. So he did this I don't know, kind of somersault and kick combined. You know, just like nothing. You know. And then was like, okay, oh, this guy is good. So, and then we just became like, started to talk to him, you know, and how did he become to be in a movie like this, and how he can do action like this and stuff, you know, because he's really good in gymnastics and also like the Thai boxing. While we were talking, we were just figuring out this guy is really normal, he's really calm, you know, he talks totally normal, he's not intent to be like a superstar and having whatever kind of issues. So he's a really, really nice guy, really down to earth and perfect to work with. He's really a precision machine. If it's about stunts, about action, he knows what he's doing, and Tony Jaa is just really awesome. He doesn't need any wires and stuff. This is what the movie says, no wires, and he doesn't need that. He's really good in everything he does. Some people say like he's the new Thai Bruce Lee, you know, and yeah, I think it's kind of true. And he does everything by himself, all the stunts and everything. So he's for real, and he does a great job. The stunt coordinator, he works long time already with Tony Jaa, and they have done a couple of I think TV productions and also one movie before, I think. He's also like how can I say, his mentor, yeah. So kind of a what can I say? He's the stunt coordinator and the dad in one person. It's just awesome. It's just good action, you know, and everybody appreciates that, you know. And we do an honest job. We don't use any wires and stuff, so we don't fake. Okay, I just say we don't fake, and it's not fake, but you know, it looks real and it is real. Okay, and this is what the people appreciate. You know, you really do a hard job, and that's it. And especially Hong Kong movies, yeah, and also American movies picking up now using wires. You know, there's just too much flying and too much of overaction, okay, and maybe they push the limits a bit too far. And I mean, some people like it. I liked it before. If it, you know, the old Hong Kong movies, I really liked it, you know. But now it's becoming a bit too much with the wire work. To work with wires is pretty easy though, you know. Everybody can fly, everybody can do anything, you know. So it's not really hard work anymore. Everybody can be an action hero. With Thai boxing, you are always very close to your opponent, and it is like, how can you say, for me it was the aspect because it's hard. It is like a pit bull fight, okay? You're always together, no distance, you always kick, you try to block the kick, you kick harder back, you just, it's like a giving and taking, okay? And it is also about pain. You have to control your own pain and you have to control your body, and I was really interested in that actually. These were the main aspects why I liked it, why I wanted to study it, why I wanted to fight. With Thai boxing you get really fit, and with stunt work you have to be fit too. You're doing your stunts, you're not fit, you get hurt, okay? You get tired, you don't know, your body doesn't want to do anymore what your mind will, and then you get hurt. At one point you will get hurt. And if you have a proper training, Thai boxing training, kickboxing training, whatever, if you do boxing or something, you do a sport like professionally, you are fit. And that helps a lot for this kind of work, for stunt work, acting, whatever. I would say doing the movie is harder because in a real fight, okay, you really hit the guy. You don't need to stop, you just go for it, yeah. But if you do the movie, you do the stunt work, you really have to be careful, you know. You don't hit the guy for real, and you have to miss, okay. You have to understand how it works. You cannot beat your opponent up in the movie because then nobody gonna work with you anymore, okay. You're not gonna get any job anymore. So it's really more difficult to be in a movie, to act in a movie, to do the stunts in a movie, because you have to control much more. Yeah. I think especially for the ancient art, the ancient Muay Thai, it helps a lot because the people, they see what's going on in the movie. You can see all the weapons they use, the elbows, the knees and everything. It is really lethal, you know, and people, they see this on the screen and they say, oh wow, this is gonna hurt, man. If this is real, this is really awesome, you know, this is really dangerous.
Back Muay Thai!
So they get interested even for the background, you know, for the historical aspect. So they start to read books about it and maybe hook up with the internet and stuff. So it helps, you know, to get the people, the mind more open for Muay Thai and everything, and for the whole history of it. Thailand is definitely coming up now. The market is big. They just changed the law about filmmaking, and also for foreigners who come to filmmaking in Thailand. They changed the law, so now it's easier and it's really cheap. It's like, oh, it's awesome. We have so many people coming from every country and they say, it's awesome, the locations are awesome, you know, and it's definitely great to film here. I would say Thai boxing made me tough and gave me, how can I say, gave me the opportunity to look at things different. I really don't know what I have done or been doing then if I wouldn't get in touch with Thai boxing. I probably would just have a normal life, I would say, go to work every day, 8 hours, go home, sleep and do the same the next day. But I think Thai boxing helped me a lot to have a life which is more exciting, and it makes me happy. I love the work, I love the job, even if it was tough. For one day, just like battling, fighting, falling and get like shredded to pieces. It was alright, I loved it, and it was great fun, and it's a great movie. It's coming out big everywhere in France, wherever, so we are really happy, you know, we are part of this real big, great action movie.